Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We have more gaming and PlayStation news, rumours and leaks to go over. If you enjoyed today's video, please show your support by hitting that like button and don't forget to tune into the PlayStation podcast every Sunday at 7 PM. So despite growing pressures from certain segments of the gaming community, Sony is sticking to its current approach when it comes to PlayStation Plus. In a recent interview, Nick Maguire, who serves as the Vice President of Global Services at PlayStation, he confirmed that Sony has no intentions of launching its big first-party games on PS Plus from day one. Instead of following the lead of services like Xbox Game Pass, which typically includes major first-party titles the moment they launch, Sony has chosen a very different strategy. Their focus has been on offering a carefully selected mix of indie titles released day one, whilst bringing in major first-party titles much later, usually between 12, 18, maybe even 24 months after launch. This model, according to Maguire, is working very, very well for them. It gives PlayStation users access to a library that continues to grow, whilst also preserving the premium feel of major game releases. Sony believe that first-party titles like Spider-Man 2 or God of War or any first-party title will hold long-term value, and launching them immediately into a subscription service might undercut that value. And you know what? I completely agree. I mean, if you had to go out and spend money on a game, automatically that game will hold more value to you than if you got that game for free via a subscription service. There is method in this strategy. We also have PlayStation Plus hitting a major milestone this month. It'll be 15 years since its original launch back in June 2010. It started as a way to offer free monthly games to PS3 owners and gradually expanded to include the PlayStation Vita and the PlayStation 4 over time. However, as technology and gaming habits have evolved, Sony phased out older systems and has since shifted the focus primarily to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games. Now, looking further ahead, Sony has also revealed that starting January 2026, we will begin to see fewer PlayStation 4 games included in the monthly Plus offerings. This move reflects their growing commitment to the PlayStation 5 and making it the centerpiece of their ecosystem. One topic that continues to cause constant discussion amongst PlayStation fans is the lack of PlayStation 3 games in its current PS Plus catalog. And while the service does include titles from the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, and even the PSP, the PlayStation 3 library has been noticeably thin, and there's a good reason for that too. Nick Maguire also spoke about this issue, explaining that the PlayStation 3 games are only available through streaming, not direct download. That's because the PlayStation 3's unique cell processor architecture makes it extremely difficult to emulate those games on newer consoles like the PlayStation 5. And Maguire emphasized that Sony hasn't given up on the PS3 titles. He noted that they're continuing to look for opportunities to bring more PlayStation 3 classics into the mix, and that quite a few are already available for streaming via PlayStation Plus Premium. While it's not ideal for everyone, especially those who prefer to download their games, it is currently the only way these games can be played on modern PlayStation consoles. This is one problem that they need to fix. They need to be able to allow those games from the PlayStation 3 to be played via downloading and not streaming. I mean, at the moment, I still have my original fat PlayStation 3 hooked up and can play games from my PlayStation 3 that way, but I would love to be able to just download those games to the PlayStation 5 and play in that way. It's great to have Sony come out and once again reinforce that message that they will not be placing their games directly into their PlayStation Plus subscription day and date. We've had this discussion actually in the first PlayStation podcast episode, discussing the benefits of why it's important to have not only exclusive content, but the value a game holds when it's only available to purchase on that platform and not available via a subscription service. It's a great strategy and one that makes total sense. After the new games have been out for a period of time, then drop those games into the subscription service where it will continue to add value to that service for gamers who like to enjoy games via PlayStation Plus. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments about this and let's move on. The Expanse: Osiris Reborn is a brand new title being developed by Owlcat Games, the same studio behind Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. While Owlcat has built a strong reputation in the classic CRPG scene, Osiris Reborn is a big change in the direction for the studio. The game is a third-person action RPG, more in the vein of Mass Effect than Baldur's Gate, set in the same universe as The Expanse, which is a popular book series and TV show. The game takes place during the events of the first two books and seasons. But here's a twist. Instead of playing as one of the show's main characters already established, you'll be stepping into the shoes of a brand new custom-made character for the game, accompanied by an original crew. And this creative freedom lets the developers create an entirely fresh story that runs parallel to major events from the series. In a recent interview, creative director Alexander Michelin revealed some exciting details about this game. The game puts a strong emphasis on player-driven storytelling. You'll be able to fully customize your character's backstory, align with different factions, and make meaningful decisions that affect the world around you. Michelin compared the narrative approach, though not the gameplay itself, to games like Persona 5, where character growth and relationships take center stage. He stressed that while they're not copying those games directly, the inspiration comes from how character-driven stories can elevate the overall experience. The game's RPG systems are designed to be flexible and open, letting players experiment with different builds, playstyles, and moral choices. Whether you want to be a combat-heavy mercenary, a diplomatic peacemaker, or something in between, Osiris Reborn promises to let you play your way. So far, we've only seen brief clips from the game's announcement trailer, but anticipation is building fast as it looks like a pretty decent game. But of course, we need to see some proper gameplay. Fans of The Expanse and sci-fi RPGs in general are watching closely, especially since Owlcat has a track record of doing justice to beloved source material. Will Osiris Reborn deliver the next big story-driven space adventure? Time will tell, but guys, let me know your thoughts down below and let's move on. So we all knew Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 will be making its way to the PlayStation 5. It was always a case of when rather than if. The game, which originally launched for Xbox Series X and S and PC in May 2024, will be available on the PlayStation 5 just in a few weeks' time on August the 12th. When Hellblade 2 first dropped on Xbox and PC, it was seen as one of the strongest titles in Xbox's lineup, thanks to its excellent visuals, emotional storytelling, and deeply immersive sound design. Now, the gameplay itself and the game length left some people somewhat slightly disappointed. The game is a direct sequel to Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, a title that made headlines when it released back in 2017. The original game was praised for how it tackled mental health, particularly psychosis, while delivering intense cinematic gameplay rooted in Norse mythology. The sequel builds on that foundation, offering a darker, more refined experience, and now a whole group of players on the PlayStation 5 will get to experience that game firsthand. And this game is not just a port either. The PlayStation 5 version of Hellblade 2 comes with new enhancements, taking full advantage of the PlayStation 5 hardware to deliver a smoother and more immersive experience. On the PlayStation 5, you'll get a performance mode at 60 frames per second. The mode is designed for players who want the super smooth experience for this game, and for those who enjoy capturing in-game moments, a new and improved photo mode has been included. It adds more visual tools and even a new motion tab, allowing for custom cinematic video shots, great for content creators or players who love to document their journey. If you already own the original Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on PlayStation 4, you will get a free upgrade to the PlayStation 5 enhanced version. The Deluxe Edition of Hellblade 2 also comes bundled with this improved version and the game's official soundtrack. For those unfamiliar with the series, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 continues the story of Senua, a Celtic warrior dealing with deep trauma and mental illness. The game takes place in 9th century Iceland during the time of the Viking conquest and brutal survival. Environments are stunning but harsh. Expect to work your way around icy cliffs, storm-battered coastlines, and an eerie wilderness. I mean, Hellblade visually does stand out, however the audio in the game is also great. In the game, she suffers from psychosis, a mental health condition that causes her to hear voices, see hallucinations, and experience the world in a very different way. And the developers have worked closely with neuroscientists and people that lived with the experience to make sure that this was portrayed accurately and also respectfully within the game. This emotional and psychological layer adds depth to the story. You're not just fighting enemies, you're confronting fear, grief, and the voices inside your head. It is storytelling on a more personal level, and that's what helped the first game connect with so many players. Hellblade 2 is available for digital pre-order right now. There are two versions. Standard Edition comes with the base game, and the Deluxe Edition comes with the enhanced version of the original Hellblade and the game's soundtrack. And it's ideal if you want the full experience from start to finish. This gives new players a chance to explore Senua's story from the beginning with upgraded visuals and performance on the PlayStation 5. Okay guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments about the content discussed in today's video, and I'll catch you on the next video.